My fiancé posted her male best friend as her fiancé, then said, "Your face would have ruined my Instagram aesthetic." So I ruined her life instead. Now she's begging me nonstop. Sup Reddit. So my fiancé announced her engagement on Instagram. Problem was, it wasn't to me. I, 29 male, met my fiancée Elena, 28 female, at a coffee shop 3 years ago. She was complaining about her nursing job and how it was killing her creative soul. I listened while she talked about becoming a lifestyle influencer. 2 months later, she quit to focus on her brand full-time. I said I'd support her temporarily. That was my first mistake. Proposed a year in because she wouldn't shut up about our future and kept posting couple content. Got her a ring she picked out herself. Cost me 2 months' salary. She said it photographed beautifully. Should have known then. The arrangement was simple. I'd cover rent and bills while she built her following. She'd handle the apartment and we'd be a team. My version of the deal was working 60-hour weeks in supply chain management. Her version was taking photos of succulents. I'd been crushing my quarterly targets for the past year. My boss kept mentioning expansion opportunities. Regional director role was on the table. I was focused, driven, building something real while she built fantasies. Julian showed up 6 months ago as her new photographer. She said he was her platonic best friend and understood her vision better than anyone. Red flag the size of a billboard. I filed it away. Found out I'd been replaced at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. Couldn't sleep. Quarterly reports due in 6 hours. Opened Instagram like an idiot. Then I saw it. Elena's latest post from the annual white party. The exclusive event I'd driven her to last Saturday. The photo was perfect. Golden hour lighting. Her white silk dress. Julian standing next to her in matching white linen, arm around her waist. Both staring off into the distance like they'd discovered enlightenment instead of posing against a branded wall. The caption made my blood cold. Found my person. Forever grateful for this journey. It Julian creates. 3,000 likes. 200 comments. All congratulating them. My fiancé and her platonic best friend photographer. Except I was her fiancé, not Julian. I sat there reading comments from people I knew. Her friends. Our friends. People who'd eaten at our table. People who'd been at our engagement party. Not one person mentioned me. I scrolled back through her feed. Watched myself disappear in real time. Photos from 6 months ago had me cropped out. 3 months ago, I was replaced with props. 2 months ago, I was completely gone. One post from April showed us at a restaurant. The version on her feed showed her table, her food, her aesthetic latte. I was there that day. Paid the check, took the photo, edited out completely. Another from May was a beach sunset, her silhouette against the water. I'd been standing right next to her when Julian took that shot. He'd asked me to step aside for better composition. Made sense at the time. Looking at it now, I was being systematically removed. June had a carousel of her morning routine. Coffee, yoga, journaling. The apartment visible in every shot. My apartment. My furniture. My coffee maker she was posing with. No mention of who paid for any of it. She'd been erasing me systematically. Testing the aesthetic without me. Creating a story where I never existed. Checked Julian's Instagram. Same photo, same caption, different angle. She said yes. Building our forever. At Elena Willow. Building our forever. In my apartment. With my money. On my credit card. My phone buzzed. Elena. You awake? Me. Yeah. Saw your post. Congrats on the engagement. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Elena. OMG babe, it's not what it looks like. Me. Really? Because it looks like you posted engagement photos with your photographer. Elena. It's just for content. The aesthetic was perfect. Julian and I did a photo shoot, and the engagement angle gets better engagement metrics. He's my best friend, you know that. Me. You're wearing my ring. Elena, I'm still wearing your ring. This is just Instagram. It's not real life. Julian is literally just my best friend. My platonic best friend. You know how this works? Me. I know you erased me from your feed. I know 3,000 people think you're engaged to Julian. Elena, babe, you're being dramatic. It's social media. It doesn't mean anything. Julian is my best friend. That's it. I love you. You're my actual fiancé. Julian is just for the aesthetic. Me. When were you planning to tell your followers your aesthetic fiancé is fake? 3 dots. 5 minutes of dots. Elena. Why would I do that? It ruins the narrative. People want fantasy, not reality. This is good for my brand. You should be supporting this, me. I should be supporting you pretending to be engaged to another man. Elena. Yes, because you understand the industry. And honestly, your face would have ruined my aesthetic anyway. Julian photographs better. I screenshot everything. created a folder labeled Receipts. Then I opened my banking app. Our shared credit card was in my name. Elena had authorized user access. Last 30 days, $4,847. Aesthetic cafes, brand clothing, hair before the party, the white silk dress, spray tan, manicure, Julian's new camera lens she'd bought him, building her fake relationship on my dime. I froze her card, reported it lost, requested a new one sent to my office only, changed the Wi-Fi password, changed all streaming passwords, changed the cloud storage password where she kept all her content files. 3 a.m. had to work in 4 hours, but I was wide awake. Pulled up our lease, my name only. Never added her because landlord required proof of income. Pulled up the Audi lease, my name, my credit, my insurance, utilities, internet, phone plan, insurance, gym, all mine. Everything she used to build her brand was in my name and funded by my income. Started a spreadsheet, 3 columns, date, expense, amount, 6 months of statements, restaurants, coffee, clothing, beauty, photography equipment, ring lights, camera upgrades, software subscriptions. Total, $31,340 in 6 months. Then I sent one text. Me. Come home after your coffee date with Julian. We need to talk. I got home at 5:45 p.m., sat on the couch with my laptop open. Receipts folder ready, documentation folder ready. She showed up at 6:20 p.m., walking in like nothing happened, checking her phone. Hey, what did you want to talk about? I have a brand call at 7. Cancel it. She looked up, annoyed. I can't just cancel. This is a potential partnership. More important than explaining why you posted engagement photos with your platonic best friend Julian? Oh my God. Eye roll. Are you still on this? It's content. It's strategy. Julian is my best friend. That's it. Nothing else. Your best friend you pretended to be engaged to. It's not pretending if it's for work. You used my ring. It photographs well. You said I could choose whatever I wanted. I said you could choose your engagement ring, not your prop ring for fake content with your best friend. You're being controlling. Julian supports my vision. He gets me. Julian, who you bought a camera lens for with my money. He's not doing it for money. We have a creative connection. He's my best friend. My platonic best friend. Why can't you understand that? I pulled up my laptop, turned it toward her. Let's talk about the wedding Pinterest board. Her face went pale. You went through my Pinterest? The board you shared with me 3 months ago. Our dream wedding. 600 pins. Julian tagged in half of them. That's research. For when we get married. I'm gathering ideas. Interesting, because I found the venue deposits. Pulled up my bank statements. Turned the screen. Riverside Estate, $5,000 on my credit card. Wedding date October 14th. My signature forged on the contract. I was going to tell you. I found an amazing deal and had to lock in the date before someone grabbed it. You would have said yes anyway. You forged my signature. I didn't steal. It's our money. We're engaged. What's mine is yours. So your Instagram brand is mine too? Your followers? Your content? She uncrossed her arms. That's different. That's my career. My personal brand. But I can claim the $31,000 you spent building it in 6 months. Pulled up the spreadsheet. Turned it around. Her mouth opened. Closed. You've been tracking my spending? I've been tracking my spending. You just happen to be the one doing it. This is financial mistreatment. This is toxic. What's toxic is funding fake engagement photos with your best friend while telling me my face ruins your aesthetic. I didn't mean it like that. What context makes that acceptable? She was scrambling. I just meant for Instagram. Julian has more of an editorial look. You're handsome, but in a normal way, not a content way. Normal, not content-worthy. See, you're twisting my words. Julian understands. He's my best friend, and he gets what I'm trying to build. So build it somewhere else. Pack your equipment. You've got until the end of the month. Her face changed. Wait, what? You heard me. 30 days. Then you're gone. You can't kick me out. I live here. No, you stay here. Big difference. Check the lease. She grabbed her phone. Started typing fast. Probably texting Julian. Don't bother. He's not coming over. You want to have this conversation? We're having it now. I'm calling him for support. You're being unreasonable. I'm being unreasonable? You posted fake engagement photos with another man. You told me my face ruins your aesthetic. You forged my signature on a venue contract. But I'm unreasonable for wanting you out of my apartment. Door knocked. She jumped. Who's that? Julian. I texted him. For moral support. She opened the door. Julian walked in wearing an oversized cardigan and linen pants that dragged on the ground. Looked at me with this weird mix of concern and superiority. Mark, hey man, Elena said you were upset about the photo shoot. The fake engagement photo shoot where you both pretended to be engaged while she's actually engaged to me. He sat down on my couch without being invited. I can see how that might feel confusing, but art requires sacrifice. Sometimes we put ego aside for the work. Ego. Elena and I are creating something special. A narrative. We're best friends building a brand story. It transcends traditional relationship boundaries. You're pretending to be engaged. We're embodying a vision. There's a difference. Elena jumped in. No one thinks we're actually engaged. Everyone knows it's content. Julian is my best friend. That's all he's ever been. Pulled up my phone. Showed her the comments. Your Aunt Carol congratulated you. Your nursing friend asked when the wedding is. Your former boss sent a gift card. 3,000 people think you're engaged to your best friend Julian. So, they'll figure it out eventually. What matters is the engagement. The metrics. The engagement metrics for your fake engagement. Exactly. Julian nodded. See? Mark seems practical. He should understand the business side. Strategy funded by my credit card. Julian's enthusiasm dimmed. What? The white dress? My card. The venue deposit for the fake wedding. My card. Your new camera lens. My card. He looked at Elena. You said you were paying for equipment. I am paying. With our shared finances. Your name's not on the lease. Not on any account. Not on the car. You live here because I allow it. Her face hardened. Allow it? I'm your fiancé. This is my home. No. This is my apartment. You're a guest. Julian stood. Maybe we should let Mark cool down. Great idea. Both of you. Leave. Elena grabbed Julian's arm. We're not leaving. I live here. Mark is being emotional because he doesn't understand content strategy. You're right. It will blow over. In 30 days when you're gone. What? Pulled out the eviction notice I'd printed at work. 30 days! You're not on the lease. No legal right to stay. I'm asking you to leave. She grabbed the paper. Read it. Looked up with actual fear. You're evicting me? I'm ending our arrangement. We're engaged. You can't just kick me out. I pulled my engagement ring off. Set it on the coffee table. Not anymore. And I'll take that back. I held out my hand. She stared at it. Then at me. Slowly pulled the ring off her finger. The one that photographed beautifully. 2 months of my salary sitting in my palm. Silence. Elena stared at the ring. You're breaking up with me? You broke up with me when you posted engagement photos with Julian. I'm making it official. But I didn't actually get engaged to him. It was for content. He's my best friend. You're breaking up with me over content? Yeah. Whatever you want to call it. We have a future. I want to marry you. The Julian thing is just work. Just photos. He's literally just my platonic best friend. Then post the truth. Tell your 3,000 followers you're not engaged to your best friend Julian. Tell them you're engaged to me. Show my face. She looked at Julian. Back at me. I can't do that. Why not? Because it ruins the narrative. Julian and I have momentum. The aesthetic is working. Then the aesthetic is more important than us. That's not fair. You're making me choose between my career and you. No, you already chose. I'm accepting it. Julian tried to intervene. Mark, man, Elena loves you. She talks about you all the time. This is just professional. What we had, past tense, grabbed my keys. Guest bedroom for 30 days, not the master. After that, gone. Julian, you need to leave now. Julian looked at Elena. He stood slowly. This is harsh, man. What's harsh is pretending to be engaged to someone else's fiancé. Now leave. He walked to the door. Stopped. Turned back. Elena needs support right now. You're abandoning her when she's vulnerable. She's vulnerable because she committed fraud. That's not my problem anymore. Elena stood there, shaking. Mark, please. I made mistakes. I got caught up. But I love you. I want to marry you. Not Julian. He's just my best friend. They left together. Julian comforting Elena. Elena looking back like I was the villain. Door closed. I sat back down. My apartment. My ring on the table. First time in 3 years I felt like myself. But I wasn't done. Not even close. 2 weeks later, I started calling vendors. Early morning before Elena woke up. Riverside Estate first. Said the word forgery, and the tone changed. They needed documentation. Mr. Mark, we understand the situation, but we'll need an official police report before we can process any refunds. This involves identity fraud. I went to the police station that afternoon. Filed a report for identity fraud, forged signatures, credit card misuse without authorization. The detective took my statement, Looked through all my documentation, bank statements, forged contracts, screenshots. Mr. Mark, this is solid evidence. I'll investigate and forward everything to the DA's office for review. These cases take time, though. Could be several months before charges are filed. Understood. In the meantime, you can use the report number for your vendors and bank disputes. Got the report number. Started making more calls. Crimson Lens Photography was next. Mr. Mark, we'll need to verify the police report. Can you send the case number and documentation? Sent everything. Sat on hold for 30 minutes while they reviewed. Put me on hold 3 more times. We're initiating a refund, but our accounting department needs to process it. Could take 30 to 45 business days. That's fine. 2,500 back. Eventually, minus processing fees. Botanical Dreams Florals was resistant until I mentioned the police report. This is between you and your fiancé. We fulfilled our contract in good faith, with a forged signature. I have a police report documenting identity fraud. Send it to our legal department. They'll review and advise. 2 weeks of silence. Then another week. Then automated responses. I finally initiated a chargeback through my bank. 3 more weeks of back-and-forth documentation. Statements sent twice. Case number provided 3 separate times before the bank sided with me. 1,800 back by late spring. After fees. The cake vendor was different. Woman named Rita, who'd sent Elena 6 different tastings. Mr. Mark, I remember you. You came to 1 tasting. Quiet guy. She did all the talking. That's me. Here's the situation. She booked a wedding using my card without authorization. I have the police report and bank statements showing fraud. Let me pull the contract. Silence, typing. She signed your name. That's your signature? No, that's forgery. Hold on. More typing. I'm refunding the full deposit, $3,200, and I'm blacklisting her from every vendor network I'm in. This is disgusting. Appreciate it. One more thing. She tried booking a tasting for next month, under Julian's name. Same card numbers she used for yours. Block it. He's complicit. Done. And Mr. Mark, I hope you find someone who deserves you. Kept going. DJ needed 3 weeks in legal review. Videographer required a chargeback that dragged out over 6 weeks. Invitations vendor refunded immediately after seeing the police report. Hair and makeup team took 2 months of disputes, automated rejections, resubmitted documents before agreeing to refund. By late spring, I'd recovered about $8,200 of the $12,600 I was owed from vendors. The rest was still in dispute or lost to processing fees and vendor stubbornness. But I wasn't stopping there. 3 months after the breakup, I called my lawyer, corporate attorney I'd worked with on supply chain contracts. Mark, what's the situation? Laid it out. The fraud, the forgery, the systematic identity theft. You have a solid case, civil and criminal. The police report is filed. The detective's investigating. But understand this process is slow. The DA's office is backed up. Could be 6 to 8 months before they even decide to file charges. How far do you want to take this? All the way. I want her to understand what consequences look like. I'll draft a civil suit for fraud, identity theft, and unjust enrichment. We'll sue for the full $31,000 plus legal fees. And I'll coordinate with the detective on the criminal side. But know these are 2 separate processes. Criminal charges will take longer. Civil suit we can move on now. Perfect. And Julian, the photographer? He knowingly participated in content created with stolen funds. He accepted expensive equipment purchased with my card without authorization. He collaborated on a scheme to defraud brands by presenting a fake relationship. My lawyer was quiet for a moment. That's conspiracy to commit fraud. Aiding and abetting identity theft. I can build that case for the DA, but they'll decide if charges are warranted. Build it. By early summer, Elena's Instagram was bleeding followers. Not the dramatic 1,000 per hour drop I'd imagined. More like slow erosion. 43,000 to 41,500 over the first month. Then 41,500 to 39,800 over the next 6 weeks. Then 39,800 to 37,200 by mid-July. Gradual but relentless. People asking questions in comments. Where was Mark? What happened to her engagement? Why was she with Julian now? She deleted comments, blocked accounts, but the questions kept coming. I'd been working on the brand situation carefully. My lawyer reviewed everything before I sent a single email. Only contact brands where you have direct financial involvement. Brands she tagged in posts you paid for directly. Keep it factual. Professional tone. Include only police report number and relevant card statements. No emotional language, no manifestos. This needs to look like a legitimate fraud notice. He drafted the template. Subject: fraud notice. Identity misuse for brand content. Body, professional. Neutral. 3 paragraphs. Police report number. Bank statement highlights showing specific transactions. My contact info and my lawyer's contact info. Statement that this was being sent to their legal compliance department for review. Send it to their legal compliance inbox. Not marketing, not partnerships. Legal departments take this seriously. I sent exactly 9 emails. Not 17. 9 brands where my credit card statements showed direct expenses for posts they were tagged in. Products Elena had purchased on my card. Events I'd paid for that they sponsored. Collaborations funded with my money. 4 brands responded within 2 weeks asking for additional documentation. I sent it through my lawyer. Waited. 2 dropped her within 3 weeks. Quietly, no announcements. Just stopped working with her. 1 brand said their legal team was reviewing and never followed up. Probably decided it wasn't worth the risk. 2 brands never responded at all. Ignored it completely. It wasn't the instant collapse I'd imagined. It was bureaucratic. Slow. Legal departments reviewing. Compliance officers investigating. Contracts quietly not being renewed. New opportunities drying up. By early fall, Elena had lost about half her brand partnerships. Not all at once. Gradually. Deals ending without renewal. New pitches ignored. Her income bleeding out like her follower count. My lawyer called in late September with an update. Mark, the detective, finished his investigation. Forwarded everything to the DA's office. They reviewed the case. Good news, they're filing charges. Multiple counts of identity fraud and credit card fraud. Strong enough to pursue. But the arraignment won't be until late November at the earliest. The court calendar is backed up. What about Julian? They're still investigating his involvement. The equipment purchases. His knowledge of the fraud. His participation in the fake relationship content. But that investigation is separate and moving slower. Could be several more months before they decide on charges. November came. Elena's arraignment got scheduled for late November. Then pushed to mid-December. Then pushed again to January. My work stayed steady through all of this. The regional director promotion came through in October. Same opportunity my boss had been hinting about since March. Mark, you've been on fire lately. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. This promotion was earned. 35% raise. Corner office, team of 12. Thanks. You've been incredibly focused this year. Really stepped up. Because I wasn't funding someone else's delusions anymore. Because I was building something real. The arraignment finally happened in mid-January, almost a year after I'd filed the initial police report. My lawyer called that afternoon. She took the plea, guilty to fraud and identity theft, restitution of $31,000, 3 years probation, 500 hours community service, permanent criminal record. And Julian? His case is still pending, but I got word today. Detective brought him in this morning, showed him the evidence, the equipment purchased with your stolen card, the fake engagement posts used to secure brand deals, his participation in the fraudulent wedding planning. He's cooperating fully now. Gave a detailed confession. What does that mean for Elena? It strengthens her conviction. But more importantly for Julian, it means he might get a deal. The DA's office will likely offer reduced charges for cooperation. Restitution, probation. He'll take it to avoid prison time. 2 weeks later, my lawyer confirmed it. Julian took a deal. Reduced charges for cooperation. Restitution for the equipment. 2 years probation. Community service. He's also permanently flagged in professional photography networks. Good. That's not all. Her parents called my office yesterday. They want to settle the civil suit. They're willing to pay the full amount plus legal fees to make this go away quietly. How much total? $42,000? 31 in damages, 11 in fees and interest. Accept it. Done. Funds will transfer within 5 business days. I hung up and sat at my desk. Stared at my computer screen. Supply chain optimization reports. Quarterly projections. Normal work. Everything was handled. Everything was settled. Elena was done. Julian was done. Justice was served. And I didn't feel anything except satisfaction. The civil suit payment hit my account in early February. $42,000. I took the $31,000 she'd spent and opened a separate investment account. Index funds. Long-term growth? That money would compound. Become something permanent. A reminder that I built real value while she chased aesthetics. The remaining $11,000 went into my savings. Padded the emergency fund. Added security. The sustainable fashion brand contract came through in March. Nothing crazy. Product shipments started arriving. Clean basics. Quality materials. Stuff I'd actually wear anyway. The shoot was downtown. Professional studio. Real crew. Actual photographers who treated me like a person instead of a prop to be cropped. Mr. Mark, we're going for authentic professional. You in your element, natural poses, no forced aesthetic, just real life captured well. They shot me in a conference room, at a desk, walking through the office building, casual business attire, nothing staged or fake. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Real, grounded, relatable. Someone our audience can actually relate to. 4 hours, done. Check cleared a week later. 2,000, not life-changing but legitimate. Real work, real money. Posted my first Instagram photo in over a year. Me in the office conference room. City skyline behind me through the windows. Natural light. Caption. Built it myself. No filters needed. The sustainable fashion brand commented first. This is the aesthetic we love. Real. Grounded. Authentic. 600 likes in the first day. All real accounts. Real engagement from real people. Checked my viewer list out of curiosity. Elena had viewed it. Multiple times. Didn't block her. Let her watch. From her parents' house in Tampa. From Target where she worked now. From the outside of a life she destroyed herself. She could watch me build something real while she dealt with the consequences of chasing fake aesthetics. Because my face didn't ruin anything. Her priorities did. That spring, my buddy from the gym texted me. Yo, my girlfriend backed out of the white party at Riverside Estate. You want her ticket? Should be good networking. I know you're big on that now with the promotion. I'd already bought my own ticket weeks ago. Been planning to go. But I told him sure. Yeah, I'll take it off your hands. Thanks, man. Saturday afternoon I got dressed. White linen shirt, beige chinos, clean look. Drove myself this time. Pulled up to valet at 2 p.m. Regular entrance, general admission, checked in with everyone else, walked into the party, white tents, aesthetic everywhere. Influencers performing happiness for phones. Found the espresso cart, grabbed an iced coffee. The expensive kind Elena used to like. Saw her at 2:30. Across the courtyard with Julian, both looking out of place. She was wearing a different white dress. Cheaper material. Bad fit. Hair pulled back simple because she probably couldn't afford the 3-hour salon session anymore. Julian had the same linen outfit, but it looked wrinkled, unwashed, like he'd worn it straight from last year. Neither of them belonged anymore, and you could tell. I didn't approach, didn't need to, just existed in the same space. But someone else noticed. A woman in white walked past Elena, stopped, did a double take, pulled out her phone, started typing while looking at Elena and Julian, showed her phone to her friend. Both looked at Elena again, recognition spreading across their faces. Elena noticed, grabbed Julian's arm, said something urgent. More people checking phones? Someone must have posted about seeing them, or Googled their names after recognizing them. In that scene, names travel fast. 3 more people looking, subtle pointing, whispers. Elena's face went pale. She pulled Julian toward the exit. They tried to move casually, but the panic was obvious. A photographer approached them. Not hostile, just curious. Hey, aren't you Elena? I heard about the fraud case here. That floated around group chats and vendor lists. Elena didn't respond, just kept walking. Julian tried to deflect. You have us confused with someone else. No, I'm pretty sure. The fake engagement photos? The identity theft? Everyone heard about it. You're Julian. People were definitely watching now. Phones out. Recording probably. Elena almost ran. Julian followed. Both heading for the exit like the place was burning. Gone in under 5 minutes. I stayed at the cart. Finished my coffee. Grabbed another. A photographer approached me. Different one. Older guy with professional equipment. Hey, you're Mark, right? From that case? That's me. Man, I heard the whole story. She posted her photographer as her fiancé while you were funding everything. That's brutal. Something like that. For what it's worth, everyone in the photography scene knows what Julian did. Nobody will book him now. Professional ethics matter in this industry. Makes sense. He handed me his card. If you ever need professional photos, reach out. Real work. Real rates. None of that content farming garbage. I pocketed it. Stayed another 2 hours. Networked. Met vendors. Had actual conversations about supply chain logistics. About business. About real work. Got 3 more business cards from photographers who'd heard about the case and respected how I handled it professionally. One was from a woman who worked with a sustainable fashion brand. We're looking for someone stable and lawsuit-proof for a small campaign. Real professionals, not influencers. Would you be interested? I work in supply chain management. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Someone boring and safe. It's not a huge campaign. Just product and a small fee. Maybe $2,000 for 3 posts over a month. Keep it natural. Sure, I'm in. She handed me her card. I pocketed it, drove home at sunset, windows down, radio on. That was it. No big confrontation, no dramatic call out. Just her reputation crumbling naturally while mine improved. Perfect. That fall, I was leaving my building when someone knocked on my door. Looked through the peephole. Elena. Her face was destroyed. Red. Scarred. Blotchy. Chemical peel gone horrifically wrong. I opened the door. Stood in the doorway. Didn't move. Didn't invite her in. Didn't step back. Just let the silence do the work. Mark. Thank God. What do you want? She touched her face. Self-conscious. Broken. Everything fell apart. The brands dropped me. Julian won't talk to me anymore. His lawyer is actually suing me for defamation because I told people he forced me into the fraud scheme. My Instagram is dead. I'm working at Target. And this. She gestured to her face. Tears in her eyes. Skincare collab. They promised professional results. Free products if I posted about it. It was acid. I'm permanently scarred. Unfortunate. Unfortunate? Mark, I can't do content anymore. My face is ruined. I need help. I need money for treatment. For laser therapy. Please. And you came to me? You're the only person who ever supported me. Please. I'm desperate. I stared at her face, then at the door chain. Kept my hand on the door frame. Didn't ask questions. Let me understand this. You erased me from your Instagram. Told me my face ruined your aesthetic. Posted fake engagement photos with your best friend Julian. Stole $31,000 from me. Forged my signature on wedding contracts. Got yourself convicted of fraud with a permanent criminal record. Cost your parents $42,000 in restitution. And now that your face is actually ruined, you want help from the guy whose face you said wasn't good enough? When you put it like that, it sounds bad. It was bad. You just didn't care until it affected you personally. I'm sorry. Really. What else do you want me to say? Nothing. That's the difference between us. I don't want anything from you. So you won't help me? You're not dying. You're just not winning anymore. That's what you're calling suffering. Her eyes filled with tears. You're enjoying this. I'm not enjoying anything. I'm just not participating in your cycle anymore. So that's it? You're going to let me suffer. You have income. You have a roof. You have your health besides the scars. You just don't have easy money and Instagram fame anymore. That's not suffering. That's reality. That's what most people deal with every day. I can't believe you're this cold. I filed legitimate fraud charges. Let the legal system work. It took almost a year, but justice happened. I didn't destroy you. I just stopped enabling you. Everything else was your own choices creating natural consequences. Julian said the same thing, that my damaged face hurt his portfolio, that he couldn't be associated with me anymore because it damaged his brand. Some best friend. Sounds like you two deserved each other. She was crying now. Full breakdown. What am I supposed to do? Work your Target shifts, pay your bills, save money, build a real life with real work. Same advice I'd give anyone in your situation. I can't do this alone. You're not alone. You have your parents who paid your restitution, your coworkers, reality. You'll figure it out like everyone else does. So you really won't help me. I already helped you. For 3 years. I funded your dreams, supported your career, paid for everything. That account is closed now. Permanently. She stared at me, completely broken. Nothing left of the confident influencer who told me my face ruined her aesthetic. I hope you're happy. I'm content. My bills are paid. My fridge is full. My weekends are mine. I'm building something real. Your parents paid $42,000? They paid for your choices. Your fraud, your consequences, not mine. She turned to leave, stopped at the door, voice broken. Was I really that bad? You told me my face would ruin your Instagram aesthetic while wearing my engagement ring, living in my apartment, spending my money, and planning a fake wedding on my credit card with your platonic best friend photographer. Then you committed multiple felonies and destroyed your own life. So yeah, you were that bad. She left without another word. I closed the door, went back to my Saturday. Meal prep, gym, normal productive weekend. The next day, Julian's mother called. Somehow got my number. Mr. Mark, I'm calling about my son Julian. He's lost everything. His career is destroyed. His reputation is gone. He's living at home with us. Nobody will book him. This has gone too far. Has it? He made mistakes. But he was just trying to help a friend. Elena manipulated him into all of this. Elena manipulated him into accepting expensive camera equipment purchased with my stolen credit card. Elena manipulated him into creating fake engagement content while knowing she was engaged to me. Elena manipulated him into participating in fraudulent wedding planning? He didn't know it was fraud. Your son is 27 years old. He knew she was engaged to me. He knew we lived together in my apartment. He knew I paid for everything. But he took the equipment anyway. He created the fake engagement posts anyway. He helped build a fake relationship for brand deals. That's not manipulation. That's conscious choice. You've destroyed his future over a misunderstanding. I documented fraud, filed appropriate charges. Let the legal system work for almost a year. Your son destroyed his own future by choosing to participate in identity theft. Those are his consequences. We're willing to pay. Whatever you want. Just help clear his name with the photography community. His name was cleared when he took the plea deal and got probation instead of prison time. What you're asking for is for me to lie and say he did nothing wrong. I won't do that. He participated in fraud. That's fact. That's public record. So you're just going to let him deal with this? Your son is 27 years old, living at home with his parents, with probation and a damaged professional reputation. That's not suffering. That's facing consequences for his actions. Maybe it'll teach him not to help people commit fraud in the future. She hung up on me. I blocked the number. That evening, I posted another Instagram photo. Me at dinner with actual friends. Real people from work. People who valued me. Caption: real life, real people. Checked it later. Elena had viewed it 6 times. She could keep watching. Keep seeing what stability looked like. What authenticity looked like. What building something real looked like instead of chasing aesthetics. Because while she was stocking shelves at Target with a scarred face and a criminal record, working minimum wage to pay off her parents, I was closing business deals, running a regional team, getting paid for being authentic, and living the life she thought she was too good for. My face didn't ruin anything. Her character did. And watching her realize that from the outside, watching her see what she threw away while she dealt with the consequences of her choices, that was the real revenge. Guys, we are so close to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps hit that 100,000 mark. Thanks for making this dream come true.